Hey guys, it's Danae. It's been a really long time since I've come to you for a video, but today I'm going to be talking about your resume. So once you graduate PA school, making your resume and like what's actually on it. I'm not an expert in finding a job or making the perfect resume. I'm just going to share with you what worked for me. I got a comment on one of my videos asking me about my resume, so I thought it would be a good idea to just make a video about it, okay? And that was Melanie, I think Kennedy, asked me about my resume. So I'll just tell you guys, my school had career services come in and give a presentation in that last week. And I took additional time to make an appointment with career services and meet with an advisor to go over my resume and to make modifications to my resume. And this guy was like a total genius. He was great. So if your school offers those services, I would definitely 100% say go for it. Like the more help you get and the more resources you use, I feel like the better your resume will be. Okay, so my resume is just like, a standard resume. My name is at the top, address, all my contact information at the top. Then I break down education. In the education, I start with most recent education. So I put my PA degree and then I put my undergraduate degree, followed by my license and certification. So I put, when I passed my board exam, my pass number, my New York state license, Connecticut state license, BLS, ACLS, PALS, and the fact that I was a EMT basic and my phlebotomy and EKG certificate from the Red Cross. The next section is student clinical field work, which I thought was an interesting component. So basically I just put PA clinical clerkships, in parentheses it says 5 weeks because all our clerkships were 5 weeks. And then I just like list each clinical site. So it would be the name of the clinical site, and then I just put the location, and then the type of site that it was. So if it would be such and such family medicine, comma, Hanover, Massachusetts, whatever, primary care, dash primary care. So I would just put all of those down, and then I did a brief description of what's expected on clinical rotation. So basically it talks about taking a history, performing physical exams, and working with a preceptor. All of that is kind of summed up in one little blurb describing all of the clinical rotations, okay? Then my school gives us feedback via an online system. So basically we had a logging system. We had to log specific cases, but the preceptors could also give our midterm review and our final review. So what I did was I selected 3 different preceptors and copy and pasted their exact words from the review into my resume and had them as direct quotes, just speaking to the type of student that I am or that I was on clinical rotation. And this is a place I put 3. I think it's fine to put 2. Obviously you want someone that said something positive about you. And then I go into professional experience. So the professional experience for me still makes it onto the first page. My resume is not 2 full pages, but you have to make sure that that the professional experience makes it onto the first page, because someone gives your resume 10 seconds, and outside of being aesthetically pleasing, they also have to be able to be interested and want to keep reading, but they need to see that professional experience on that first page. So right now my resume is updated because I have started looking for a per diem job for extra income. So basically I have my current job, and then under that I have my job prior to PA school, which was also in emergency medicine, listed, and that job actually falls onto the second page. And then after that, I just continue to talk about some experience that I had, the clinical work that I did in Botswana, my internship at the health department, and being a teaching assistant for epidemiology at the undergraduate level. Then I broke it down into volunteer experience. I listed a medical mission trip that I did, and then also there's this program that Harvard runs that I took part in. So I also explained that program. You have to be selected for it. So I got a senior clinician position the first time applying, which I felt really fortunate to get. And then professional development, you can list if you went to AAPA, which for those of you who don't know, which would be the national conference for PAs, or if you went to the conference at your state level, like say you were in Massachusetts, MAPA. I don't live in Massachusetts anymore, but that's where I trained. And then I also thought it was really important to put that I was EPIC trained, because a lot of my rotation sites use EPIC, so I was very comfortable and confident with EPIC. So I made sure that was on my resume somewhere. Also, I am not bilingual, but if you are a person that is bilingual, I would find some way to put in that you are bilingual, because that can really help to separate you from other people and help you to get a job. It's just not a part of my resume because it's not something that I have. Anyways, you guys, just a quick update. October 22nd will be my 1 year mark working in emergency medicine. I'm starting to look for per diem jobs in urgent care just to get some more income. And also, I restructured my finances to get an effective plan to pay off my student loans, hopefully in the next 3.5 years. Which is pretty good. But if you guys have any questions for me, just let me know. Shoot me a comment, and I will get back to you. All right, guys.